Hi, welcome to Jadekind Gaming. I'm Adam, and today I am going to be unboxing Epic PvP Fantasy. It's by AEG and Fun211, and I know it was originally Kickstarted, because I remember seeing the Kickstarter. I just couldn't afford it at the time, but it did come out, it succeeded, came out, and I had the opportunity to pick it up pretty recently, so I did. And I'll take a look at it down here. There is currently only fantasy, although I am hopeful for sci-fi or modern versions at some point. I know they've had a few expansions in the fantasy line to add stuff to this game already. But it is the shuffle building game of arena combat. And basically what it is it has 4 race decks, 4 class decks, and you choose a race and a class, you shuffle them together, and it's PvP. You fight against, your friends. And I wanted to point out the UPC, because I've just never seen anything like it. It's a sword piercing through it, but the UPC goes all the way across. I just thought that was kind of cool. I noticed that when I arrived. But yeah, it's cool. But anyways, 2 to 4 players, about 15 minutes per game. Let's open it up and see what actually is inside of this. It was the box is a lot bigger than I anticipated. With it being, mostly cards, usually, a lot of those boxes will be pretty small. So I was kind of surprised. I ordered it online, and when it arrived. Alright. Rules. So yeah, whatever. 2-player rules, so there is different rules for higher number, but yeah. You have, I guess, your different races and class decks, how you put together the boards for them. Yeah, going over the basic rules. They already have information, because yeah, Expansion 1 came out when it did, and then Expansion 2 was coming out was going to follow, so they already have information in those. So yeah, they have some information on here. But yeah, okay, 3-player rules and 2 versus 2. Okay, so yeah, there's rules for 2, 3, or 4 players. But yeah. So those are the rules document there. And okay, that's what's rattling around, is some of the tokens have already popped their way out of here. But it looks like we have, I bet the rules tell me what they're called even. Yeah. Life counters, block counters, attack counters, and insight/human counter. So yeah, those are tokens to keep track of things. And clearly, okay, this is why this is so big. It is designed to hold the expansions. It came already prepared to hold expansions, so that's kind of cool. So that's why the box is big, not because the contents are. So we get our decks. Let's take a look at a couple of these. Well, first, let's take a look sort of at, alright, on top, I believe that would be human. Okay, and so for the little, there's the same for that? No. Okay, so we'll just go with the race. Human, set up, put 3 insight counters. So it gives you your ability as your race. Let's zoom in a bit further here. There you go. Anyways, you have your human and their abilities. And they have both genders. I remember that being one of the stretch goals. So that's kind of cool. And then, of course, you also have boards for your classes, which just have the symbol on the back. But yeah, so you have, and I believe these combined together are who goes first, and I believe this is how much life you have, or whatever they call it. There was a video with the Kickstarter, but that's been quite a while. Ooh, I was going to have to cut them open, but it looks like we even have a tab on here to make these easy to open cards. I love when they do that. Peels right open. Okay. So cards are nice. You have your basic strikes, which are, of course, different from each other in attack and defense values. And the idea behind it is when you play a card, you play it to defend, and at the end of your turn, you turn it to attack them. So anyways, you get your basic strikes, and then some special ones that have special, although it is clear that while both genders were put on these, this one is obviously their single gender in there on the cards themselves. Yeah, you can kind of see. Yeah, they're very clearly, the breakdown of what is in different decks is different, but you get, you know, I might as well go through each one just so you can at least sort of see some of the art, and because they definitely do look pretty. Although a lot of, like, for the basic attacks, all the, you know, the art is reused on it. But yeah, there's various special things that different cards do. And the cost up here is based on the resources needed to play, because, yeah, I remember them describing that mechanic. I'll try and do playthrough at some point, but I'm not exactly sure when I'll get around to it, because I'm filming a lot with the playthroughs of RPG series. As we get your rogue cards, and of course they're all the same on the back, but you have little symbols down in the bottom corner. They obviously look very different. The races are this brown, whereas the classes are this sort of stonework, to help you be able to separate them out from each other if they've gotten mixed up. So they did think about that. Yeah, like I said, generally the idea is you're sitting, you know, for at least the 2 versus 2, you're sitting across from each other. You have a pool that gets added to each turn that you can use to play certain cards. Some are cheaper than others. And if you can have, and that same resource is how you get new cards. You have to give up that resource in order to get new cards in your hand. And basically, yeah, you play them to defend against attacks that are coming towards you, and at the end of your turn, you turn them in attack, and it goes back and forth. And of course, it's all the ones that have all the special, you know, rules, like this, you know, face slash, assign blocks. Before your enemy assigns blocks, choose an enemy defense that is able to block this attack, assign that defense to block this attack. In other words, you get the option to make their higher, you know, whatever block of their choice block this one, so they could have a really big block, you know, and you can make it block the 2 when it, and obviously you have to block a 2 with a 2. Yeah. So we got, that was the, I believe, Rogue, and Ranger, Hawk ally. Got it. I believe this is the Druid, is it? Yeah, the Druid, which appears... I guess all of the classes are faceless. You know, like the Ranger was faceless. Some of them are just covered. So, you know, as to not apply, that's... Okay, I get it. That's kind of cool. Because you're have different races. And finally, I'm guessing warrior? Paladin. The Paladin. Ooh. Blessed Blade. Holy Strike. Circle Slash. Battle Prayer. Call Lightning. Anyways, so it seems that most of them have a lot of repeats and then a few that are really special. So there's a few abilities in there that you're really going for. But yeah, in general, the idea is it looks like it is. It's a 15-minute game, they say. It's supposed to be pretty simple. You know, you choose your race, you choose your class, you put them together, you battle your friends. It looks to me like one of the, especially like for the idea of, you know, sometimes when we're getting together like to game, a couple of us will arrive early and we'll have to wait around for, you know, 15 minutes, a half hour for everyone else to get here. It seems like a great thing to have around for that. The box is bigger than needed, with the idea that it can support further expansions. You can add future decks. It is designed, it is ready for the future kind of thing. So that's kind of cool, being able to store everything in one spot, already prepared from the beginning. So they're prepared. I mean, ultimately they'd had a couple expansions already prepared just from what the Kickstarter let them do. But yeah, so that is Epic PvP Fantasy. I will link to where you can find it online, so you can check that out. And have a good day. Bye. And I did want to point out, I noticed when putting these away, you know, this spot where all of these cards were in the beginning works for the tokens, and you can actually fit each deck along with its card, like its backer, into one of these slots, and from the side you can actually see the name over top of it. So that's really nice, easy organization. Just wanted to make sure anyone that was getting it noticed that it worked out like that. So that's how you store it, and that's nice. Just thought I'd make sure to point that out.